Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Rex Righteous, and I'm trying out some YouTube Live here. I hope you guys like it. Uh, I've been working on this, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this as consistent as I want to, but I'm gonna definitely try, and I hope you guys like it. I have a number set up so like that. If you guys want to call in, we could do so. Um, the main topic today is Dillian Whyte and some of the things that's been going on with the allegations and him popping for steroids and whatnot. I want to see if some people join in first. I have the number right here ready for you guys. So, I'm just going to keep asking these questions. I don't know how many people are going to be able to get in. I'm going to try to do a live for about maybe 45 minutes, and then see where it goes from there. But uh, basically, my whole thing is what does an American fighter do when something happens like this and you have a big fighter by the name of Anthony Joshua that's associated with Eddie Hearn and even Dillian Whyte, because supposedly they train together. They are in the same uh, roster, and they also spar and all that stuff. So, what do you do with something like that? I'm going to be leaving the number in the chat. I want to give a shout out to all the guys and females in the YTBC community, Facebook, all that you already know. So I'm leaving a number here, and I want to do about a minute or two for each caller if you decide to call. If not, uh, all good. You can always listen in or just chat. That's cool too. But here's the number. It's in the chat. I'm gonna be sending out this link to my group on Facebook. If you're listening to this or watching this after the live was over, it's all good. Feel free to ask questions. You can still engage with us. You can still talk in the chat. That's cool. But if not, if you want to watch, that's fine too. I still want to cover this as a basically like kind of like something I'm curious about to see what the fans think. So that's why I'm doing these lives. When I'm doing my video, it is sometimes to get people to engage or to ask these questions or to talk back and forth. But I think with the live, um, there's just more rapid and more information happening quicker. So I do have some things in the pipeline, but uh, some of those things will take time. So you know, let's see how it goes down. You know how it is with work and everything. A lot of these things are still new to me, uh, especially with with like having to interview boxers or um, writing articles or staying active with the community. I always try to, especially on my Instagram, but you know how it goes, man. Until this is full time, I can only promise um, as much as I can, like at the moment, like when that is happening, like when the things are happening, you know. I'm always trying to communicate, whether it's on Facebook or anything or chatting. So um, the lives, that's gonna be different, but I do like it. I think if everything is set up correctly, I think this can work, and maybe I can jump onto other shows as well, and then this thing could become a little bit bigger. But that's neither here nor there, man. I want to see what you guys have to say. I still haven't gotten anybody to join the chat yet, but it's all good. Um, I still haven't even shared this, and to be honest with you, this is one of my first lives, so I don't expect everybody to always want to know what the heck's going on. Because, like, hey, what is that over there? You know? But it's all good, man. We're just kicking back. It's a Friday. I probably will head out to work in a little bit. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to see what you guys are up to, how you feel about this. Um, Very difficult to create a thumbnail on this thing when uh, everything's already up. So I have to wait till that's over with. Thumbnails are crucial when it comes to this stuff, but later on you will see it. So if not, like around maybe, let's see, I've been on for 5 minutes, so I got another 40 minutes. So let's see. It's 20 and 20. So like around 9:20 or 9:30, this chat will be over. But like around 10 o'clock, if no one is called in, then I'm just gonna proceed to the to my breakdown of it, and we can just go from there. So yeah, man, we are just kicking back right now, and I'm sorry if you are watching this and it's not live, but you know how this thing works. It takes time. So just kind of waiting on some folks to join in. This is super random, by the way, as well. So I don't expect everybody to want to join in right away. It's Friday, so it's cool. Just doing a little bit of sharing, seeing what people think. And there should be some fights on as we speak, if I'm not mistaken, which I find to be interesting. So yeah, I'm about to check to see what fights are on right now. But if you just if you just came in, I just want to tell you we're asking questions about Dillian Whyte, and we're actually waiting for callers to call in. If not, by around 10 West Coast time, I will cover the question I'm asking everybody on my own. So right now, I'm just checking to see what fights are on right now. If you would like to call in or ask any questions, feel free. I would love for any boxing related questions right now. That'd be cool. We can get some conversations going. I know that Gervonta Davis will be fighting Ricardo Nunez tomorrow. That lineup should be pretty good. I do know the trainer that trains a fighter that will be on that card. His name is Ruiz Miller. He's going to be fighting Jezreel Invisible Corrales on a 10-round showdown. It will be in Baltimore, Maryland. And then you also have Gamboa and Rocky Martinez fighting for a 10-round fight as well. So both fights will be 10 rounds. I believe it's a Showtime card. All former champions. And from what I understand, Memphis Miller is undefeated. So he's a pretty good fighter. You should definitely tune into that. And then, like I said, on the main card, you got Gervonta Davis versus Ricardo Nunez now. So a lot of people might like this fight, or they might not. I'm not sure. But there's always talks about Lomachenko and everybody else that's in that division. You got Lomachenko fighting Campbell in a couple weeks, maybe. I think it's around the end of August, so that should be definitely a good fight. He just had Pacquiao not too long ago. I thought that was incredible. And then there's been a bunch of things going on with boxing, whether you want to talk about Eddie Hearn, you want to talk about Pacquiao, you want to talk about Mayweather, all that stuff. Steroids, blah, blah, blah. Pernell Whitaker passing away, RIP, super big-time legend, an amazing fighter. Yeah, man. Right now, the topic is definitely Dillian Whyte and the steroid allegations, the heavyweight division. So if you want to call in, you can always do that. But aside from that, the Kovalev fight is in August. From what I understand, there's still some things that are not secure with that fight. So he's fighting Yarde, and they will be fighting in Russia. But I believe that fight is in August around, I think it's the end. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, here we go. This is August 24th. So, yeah, that fight will be in Russia, which should be interesting. I think both fighters are, at a good time to fight each other. Anthony Yarde is 18-0 with 17 KOs, so his ratio is pretty awesome. And then you got Sergey Kovalev with a pretty good ratio as well, 33 wins with 3 losses and 28 KOs. So not so bad for the old man. I shouldn't say old man, because he's kind of like Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks young. He looks young. I mean, he looks old, but he's actually pretty young. So it's really fun to see at Sergey Kovalev fight, because he's got the skill, and people sometimes overlook him, but I think he's really good, and it should be a good fight. So what I'm gonna do here is I am going to cover that question that I posed. So since there's not a lot of people online right now, nobody's checking, it's a 15-minute video, I don't want to go overboard. I'm going to pose the question one more time, and then I am going to answer it myself. Okay, so the way I see it is that Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder are having some issues, believing that Eddie Hearn and um, Co, I should say, uh, are going to be handling everything in the fairest way. Now you have three separate things happening at the same time while these fights are being made and while they're being done, because there was some word about how they knew that Dillian Whyte had popped and they still let him fight. So there are some things that haven't been addressed fully yet. Supposedly there's still lawyers and courts involved and stuff like that. Then you have VADA, that is not a sanctioning body, and then you got UCAD or UCADA, or I don't know how it's spelled, but I do know that those guys are two different things. And so when it comes to UCAD, or that the commission over there in the UK, they are the ones that didn't prevent Dillian Whyte to fight, but they were the ones that found out that he popped. And let's read it over again, because some of the stuff is a little confusing. Um, but man, it is a Thomas Hauser article, so I do know that these articles are pretty long. So I don't want to go on and on and on and on about this. But and there's two steroids I see is Dianabol metabolites. So tested positives for those two. Um, yeah, it's UCAD. I'm sorry. Reported that a sample taken by Dillian Whyte, United Kingdom anti-doping agency, tested positive. Okay, so there's basically two companies doing drug testings for this fight. So you got VADA and then you got UCAD. Okay, for one or more banned substances prior to Whyte July 20 fight in London. Blah blah blah. Okay, has now confirmed that substances were epi. Wow, that's pretty difficult to pronounce, but I'm going to put this in the chat. Epimethadione and hydromethadione, something like that. So I'm going to put it in the chat so you guys can see it yourselves. That's one. And here's the other two. And it says here there are two metabolites of banned drug Dianabol. So there seem like it might be pretty strong stuff. I don't know much about it. We can do our research. And it says is a byproduct. Metabolite is a byproduct of a body breaking down and metabolizing a drug into different substance. When a drug is leaving the user's system, it leaves these intermediate end products. So Dianabol is an anabolic steroid that is taken orally, often in a tablet form. It was developed in 1955 to treat hypogonadism, but no longer is used medically and no longer is legally available in many countries, including the United States. It can still be purchased in the United Kingdom and is often used as a performance-enhancing drug, particularly by bodybuilders. Among its many side effects, it can cause serious liver damage. The amount of epi and hydro found in Whyte sample was very small. It could have been ingested as part of a supplement rather than the direct ingestion of Dianabol tablets. But the WADA standard for the epi and hydro is qualitative, not quantitative. Oh, so he's looking for quality. In other words, oh wow, this guy did a typo. In other words, any amount of epi and hydro in an athlete system is a violation of WADA code. Lots of word salad here. We have an A sample. Okay, so I'm trying to skip some of this stuff, and it says in no event does VADA clear a fighter to fight. VADA doesn't adjudicate test results. It simply reports its finding to all contractually mandated parties. So we know that. We know that VADA is not going to stop a fight. Okay. There's no word of a B sample here, which is vital because at times, you know, it does make sense sometimes to think about if there was a B sample or not that tested positive. But a lot of times for some people, just with the A sample, that's good enough. They try not to hold too much against the fighter, or they just are done with them. You know, Eddie Hearn has been saying lately that he just doesn't want to associate with drug cheats, so they should be banned from the sport. I'm kind of in neutral grounds, so I don't know. I'm definitely trying to see what's up with this whole situation, but it's not all the way there. The question I posed to you guys earlier was that epimethadione. Okay, thank you. So the question I was posing to you guys earlier was, it's a little premature, but at the same time it does have merits because Andy Ruiz has talked about this on his Twitter, and he mentioned it really quickly. He was saying that you know, I don't want to go to the UK because it seems like it's a setup now. I just wanted to ask the viewer, whoever's watching this video, would you feel the same way? You know, and what would you do in this scenario? Would you force or try to press on for them to fight in your backyard, or will you want neutral grounds? So that's basically it. That is my question that I was trying to post to the chat today to create a bigger conversation within a bunch of speakers, chat viewers, and subscribers. But I didn't get that. That's totally fine with me. I'm not stressing it. But I do wanted to say that if it was me, I would still try to be patient with all of this. I wouldn't try to jump to conclusions. But I feel like what Andy Ruiz said is perfect. It is perfect because obviously he does want to fight. He's not saying he doesn't want to cancel the fight, but there has to be some kind of way for it to look fair from everybody's behalf. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what are you going to do with a situation like this? You have allegations from that side. You already did your job. You're Andy Ruiz. You knocked out the biggest fighter in the game. What more could you want from a guy like Andy Ruiz, or if you are Andy Ruiz, what more would you want for you to have to prove to the fans? There's nothing else to prove. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm him, I'm playing my cards right. I'm staying still. I'm not moving too much. I'm not doing nothing crazy. And that's it. That's what I wanted to ask you guys. Please comment, like, share, put that bell on, because it's possible that I might start doing this a little more consistently. So I'm not going to be that person, though, that's going to make all my videos like this. I'm still going to drop videos, and I'm still going to do lives. So you guys tune in. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this well after. If not, peace out. You guys have a great weekend. Let's try to keep boxing alive. Peace, 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 peace out.